Good morning, and welcome to Virtual School, Week 1. I'm your teacher, Mr. Cohn. As I'm sure you've heard, school is closed until April 6th due to the coronavirus. It has finally reached all the way to Colorado and is now affecting our lives. However, it will not affect our learning. So, starting this week, we will have assignments posted on Google Classroom, along with awesome instructional videos like this one, for how you can be successful and accomplish everything you need to do well at Ignacio Middle School. Before we get back into learning about Greek culture and the adventures of Odysseus, let me introduce to you my co-hosts for this show. Up front we have Captain America. After saving the world, and not just the world, the universe, from the Titan Thanos, Captain America graciously agreed to be my desk toy. Up next we have our friend the radioactive unicorn. We have the one-eyed stapler Delphi, and we have the man, the myth, the legend, Julius Caesar, who you will learn about after spring break when we do Ancient Rome. During the next few weeks, my co-hosts and I will be making instructional videos like this one that will tell you about the news and also give you directions for how to complete your assignments on Google Classroom. Behind us will be helped by the whiteboard of awesomeness. And up first this week we have an update on the Democratic primary election. Last night, 3 states voted in the primary. We had Florida, Illinois, and Arizona. Though all 3 states were won by former Vice President Joe Biden, who now has opened up quite a large delegate lead against his rival, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. In order to win the primary, one of these two men will have to get to 1,991 delegates. Mr. Biden is currently now at 1,164, so you can see he's getting close. Mr. Sanders did not win any states last night, but he did win a few delegates because of the rules the primary has, where if you get at least 15% of the vote in a state, you earn delegates, or if you win one congressional district, you can get delegates that way. Mr. Sanders is still falling behind though. He's currently at 879 delegates. Up next on the whiteboard of awesomeness, we have my face. During this time, I'll be growing a beard to reflect the changing times that we are in. And at the moment, my beard level could be best characterized as invisible. We'll see in the next few weeks if it gets any more pronounced before we get back to school. Finally, your quote for the week is from a famous rapper, Pusha T. Set the parameters. You're either with the pro ballers or the amateurs. And this quote is very important for virtual learning because parameters are like guidelines or a schedule. If you don't have a schedule for yourself at home, you might waste the entire 3 weeks playing Fortnite or watching Netflix and not get any of your work done. That would be considered amateur level. In order to be a pro baller during this time, you're going to need to be responsible, be trustworthy, take ownership of your education, do your assignments. They're on Google Classroom. Please come back during 4th quarter with having completed all of your work in a stellar grade. I would really appreciate it, and so would Pusha T. Now, on to what you actually have to do this week. If you go on Google Classroom, you will see there are 3 assignments posted for this week. All of them are readings based off of the story of the Odyssey, or of Odysseus. If you remember, last Thursday we started reading the Odyssey. We learned how Odysseus won the Trojan War with his epic Trojan horse trick. And then after the war was finished, he tried to start sailing home to his beloved wife Penelope and his son Telemachus. However, along the way he ran into some trouble, as you remember. His men stopped at an island. They were hungry, they needed food, they were lost. And as they were exploring the island, Odysseus and his men got trapped inside of a cave that belonged to the evil Cyclops, Polyphemus. Polyphemus trapped Odysseus and his men in the cave by placing a giant boulder over the entrance and began eating the men one by one as they were trapped. Odysseus could have killed the Cyclops, but he knew if he did that, they would be stuck forever in the cave and would die of starvation. So he created a plan to escape the cave. He took some of the very strong wine he had brought with him and gave it to Polyphemus as a gift. While the Cyclops was drunk, Odysseus told the Cyclops his name was Nobody. When the Cyclops passed out from all the wine, Odysseus and his surviving soldiers took the Cyclops' walking stick, sharpened the end, hardened it in the fire, and then stabbed the Cyclops in the eye, blinding Polyphemus. Enraged, the Cyclops slammed around his cave, shouting, "Ah, I'm hurt! Help me!" When his friends came to help, they asked him who was hurting him. And he said, "Nobody is hurting me! Nobody is killing me!" Because of this trick of Odysseus, the other Cyclopses believed that no one was hurting him, that he was fine, he was just being dramatic. And so they went home and didn't open the boulder to see inside and find the men. In the morning, Odysseus and his soldiers escaped the cave by riding out on the underbellies of the Cyclops' sheep and got back to their boat. However, Odysseus made a very poor choice when they got back to the ship. He wanted to brag to the Cyclops and telling him how awesome and how great he was. So he yelled back, "Polyphemus, it was I, Odysseus, not no man, who wounded you." Polyphemus, very angry, cursed Odysseus to his father, the god of the sea, Poseidon. And now, as we get into chapters 2, 3, and 4, you'll see Odysseus having to deal with the effects of that curse. As his men get into more and more problems, they face more and more challenges. So, this week on Classroom, I have scanned chapters 2, 3, and 4 of The Adventures of Odysseus. You need to read that scanned document and then complete the questions for chapters 2, 3, and 4. All 3 of these are due on Friday. Please get them finished. Don't let Mr. T down or myself. Get your stuff done. I'd really appreciate it. After we come back from spring break, we're moving on from Greece to ancient Rome. We'll talk about Julius Caesar, the Roman Empire, and also all of the amazing architectural inventions of the ancient Romans. Remember, stay safe. Practice social distancing when you're at home. Also, set parameters. Do a good job with school. I believe in you. Let's have a great virtual class, and I will see you after spring break. Take care.